Hi everybody, this is Kefren. Today I'm going to show you how to optimize your Bluestack 4. If you don't know what is Bluestack, Bluestack is an emulator that will run Android apps on your PC. It's currently probably the best emulator right now on the market. So let's start with some tip to optimize your number of FPS. So I'm going to use the Rise of Kingdom to show you like an example of when you run a game on your PC. Two things that you need to make sure before changing any setting is to make sure that you disable your antivirus, and also in your BIOS, make sure that your virtualization machine is at on. For example, on my Ryzen it was off by default, so make sure that your VM is at on. So just look at your motherboard on the net, and if you don't know how to switch it, it will depend if you have an MSI, Asus and stuff like that. So look at this. So let's start with the settings. So you need to click here in the settings, press settings. After that, display. Right now I'm using 720p. You can change whatever you need. You can also use your system default. So if you're using 1080p, the resolution of your emulator will be at 1080p. But I feel my FPS it's more constant with the 720p. Also by default it's using a DPI 240, so stay at 240. For the engine, I did a couple of tests, OpenGL versus DirectX, and also the use advanced graphic mode. I did some tests on AMD card and Nvidia, and on both cards, you should use OpenGL. Your FPS will be a lot stable. DirectX, it's a bit weird, honestly. Sometimes when I play video games on the emulator, I was getting like 24, 23 FPS. OpenGL is more stable. After that, CPU cores. So technically on my CPU I have 8 cores, but a lot of people, I did a couple of research on it, and people who have like a Ryzen like me have a lot of issue when they're using the 8 core. So I did a test at 6. 6 for me is the best way to do it. My FPS are constant, the emulator is a lot smoother. So for me, it's 6 core. I did also a test on my Intel CPU on the laptop, and honestly, it's a 4 cores, 8 thread, and I was getting a better result with 2 cores. When I was selecting 4 cores, I didn't get any, like, my FPS was not stable when I was playing Rise of Kingdom. I was like at 24, 25 FPS, and when I was using 2 CPU cores, I was getting the 30. So I don't know if they're gonna fix something. Is it the problem with the prioritization of the resources? But maybe you should just like let 2 cores empty. So for example, if you have 4 cores on your CPU, use 2. If you have 8, use 6, and you should be fine. For the memory, it will depend on the RAM on your computer. So for me, it's not a problem. I've just put 4 gig here. It will help you a lot, honestly. Even if they're saying the recommended is like 2 gig, go with 4, and you will see that your FPS will be a lot more stable. And the last one is the frame rate. You can put 60, will depend on the app that you're using. But yeah, so just to make sure that you're gonna run it well. So after that, press X. Use a software like MSI Afterburner. Like this, you will see all your stats, your CPUs, degrees and stuff, and your FPS to make sure that everything is fine. So that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, just come in the YouTube section, post me your rig like CPU, RAM and GPU, and also you can mention the setting that you are currently using, and I will try to help you the best that I can. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace.